Hi, I'm Lorena. I'm a Theta healing practitioner and teacher. Theta healing is a wonderful healing modality that works on the concept that everything we've ever known is in our subconscious. Therefore, we have beliefs and programs in the subconscious that's holding us back. With Theta healing, we're able to easily access those beliefs and programs and remove them, using the energy of all that is, the energy that permeates through everything, the energy that we know deep down that we're connected to. Using that energy, we're able to heal ourselves instantly. It's really quite amazing. Everybody can access a theta brainwave and heal themselves. That sounds quite amazing, but we've heard that often, haven't we? Isn't that the message that we've heard, that we can all heal ourselves? That we are what we think, that we are what we eat, that we are reflecting our lifestyle, that we manifest our reality with our thoughts, our words, our actions. We know this deep down. So therefore it's quite easy to start to believe that actually we can heal ourselves. Theta brainwave is something that's very natural, it's very simple, and we can easily access it. It's an old paradigm that says that it takes many years through meditation to be able to reach that place of bliss. Now we've discovered actually it doesn't take that long. We can do it quite easily once we know how. Something that everybody can do. It's a place where we are when we're in a deep meditation. It's a place where we are when we're asleep. It's a place where we are when we're dreaming. It's a place where we are that we can connect with the creator of all that is. Now you might like to call that God. You might like to call it universal intelligence. You might like to call it Great Spirit. It doesn't really matter what we call it. The fact is that it's there and we are a part of it, and it is a part of us. Scientists are now saying this. They have to admit this. Molecules, atoms, this is what we're made of. So therefore it's easy for us to get into that theta brainwave and start our own healing. So I started many years ago with massage. I've always been interested in holistic therapies. Back in the 90s I started looking at shamanism, did a lot of ceremonies like sweat lodges and vision quests and other types of ceremonies like that, influenced from the American Indians. And from there it went into Buddhism. I explored that. I went to India, did a lot of meditation, a lot of yoga, became an Osho sannyasin. So there's a lot of stuff there that I have done. But theta healing came to me at a time when I really was lost. I was lost because I'd forgotten that everything we think reflects in our lives. I'd completely forgotten it. I'd gone back to sleep, which is what many of us do. We go to sleep. We know the right things and then we forget. And that's what happened to me. I forgot. So with forgetting, it meant that I allowed negative thinking to come back in. I allowed my diet to be unhealthy. I allowed myself to create a reality that was full of pain. It was full of physical pain because my mental thoughts were full of pain. There was a lot of regrets. I'd lost my mum. I'm losing people. A lot of resentments, a lot of regrets come up. There was a lot of fear as I was getting older. I was worrying about what work I could do that could keep me going without a pension, etc. Lots of things that affect us every day. And I allowed that negative thinking to affect my body. And it was beginning to show up in pain. Pains in my joints, pains in my knees, pains in my shoulders. In fact, I had a frozen shoulder. Quite quickly, quite overnight, within a period of a month, 2 months, my body began to break down because it was full of pain. When I went to conventional medicines, when I went to see my doctors, they could only tell me that I was starting to suffer with rheumatoid arthritis, that I would have to take prescribed drugs for the rest of my life. And then I remembered how our thoughts affect our body, that we are what we think. And I began to take notice that as soon as I had a negative thought, I had a pain in my knee. And then I'd have some other negative thoughts. I'd be sitting there mulling over things that had happened years ago, that I had said, that he had said, that she had said, mulling these things over, and suddenly I had a pain in my shoulder. I was finding it difficult to move. So when I remembered how my thoughts affect my body, I remembered that somebody had mentioned Theta healing to me many years ago in India, and it had resonated with me as something that's true and that can work. Because if we can remove the thoughts, then we can remove pain. If we can clear our thoughts so that we are positive in our thinking, then we can have a healthy body. This came back to me. So I went online, looked it up, found out who the founder is, which is a lady called Vianna Stiebel. She lives in Idaho. Just like me, she had many, many problems, just like most of us. She had suffered a hard life. She had lived without money. She had brought up children on her own. She'd had many unsuccessful relationships, and she was interested in holistic medicine. She's a naturopath, and then she was diagnosed with cancer in her leg. And to cut a long story short, she healed herself. She had a spontaneous remission from cancer and healed that cancer by going into a theta brainwave and connecting with the energy of all that is. She healed herself. Now she's taken those teachings across the world to everybody, and to show people that anybody can learn how to do it, and anybody can help others by doing it. Does that make sense?
It definitely does. It's a really wonderful story. So I'm very interested in Theta healing, and I know many others out there are. If somebody wants to study with you or make contact, are you running any workshops or retreats or anything in the future?
Yeah, I am. I teach the basic course. So it works like this. You can come along and do a basic course, then you can do an advanced course, and then you can do even more exciting courses. Basic and advanced means that you can be a practitioner and you can work on yourself and on other people. And if you're already doing holistic therapies and want to add that as a healing modality, you can do that too. If you want to take it further, you can do some really exciting courses. They're called Intuitive Anatomy, World Relations, Disease and Disorder, DNA 3, that's when it gets really exciting, because we're talking about alchemy there. This year I'm teaching here in London, I'm teaching up in Peterborough, and one of the most exciting courses you can do, basic and advanced, is in Greece. Now I'll tell you about Greece. This is northeast Greece on the Pelion Peninsula, very, very beautiful. It's up a mountain, and it's living with a community of people for 2 weeks. You can come and do it for 1 week and do the basic. You can come and do 2 weeks, do basic and advanced, or you can come and just do your advanced. Any of those is fine. But the exciting thing is that you will live with a group of people, become part of a community, as well as have a holiday. So if you're interested in that, do get in touch with me. It's in July.